Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, today we're going to be doing something fun again, a creator video. I noticed that my creator videos have gotten a lot more views, and people seem to like them. I guess maybe they're fun or they're helpful or whatever, but I enjoy making creator videos, illustrator videos, or hands-on creative things. So I'm gonna be coming to you guys with a lot more of those, since it seems to be what's most popular on my channel. So today what I'm gonna be doing is showing you guys how to make Instagram highlights. So there are two main ways to make Instagram highlights. One is the easy way, which is illegal, kind of, but I don't think anyone really cares. But the other is the legal way. So I got this idea because I was talking to somebody, or maybe I was eavesdropping, I don't know, but that person was saying how someone was trying to charge them like $20-something for an Instagram highlight, and that was crazy. And there was like the easier way, which I'm going to show you guys, to do it, and that person who was trying to charge them, that designer, was like scamming. And so I was kind of like thinking about it, like, no, that's not actually true. So let me break it down to you guys. These two ways, one of them is technically just stealing icons off the internet, which honestly, like, unless you're trying to like sell it, or it gets tricky. So I don't want to say like you use it for a brand, because probably you are using it for like your branding on your Instagram, but it's just so frivolous and like small. Most people would never know. Like the people who create these icons and license them to places like Shutterstock or the Gettysburg stock or whatever, I doubt that they'd really care about it being in a highlight, you know, with that $2. But technically it is just stealing an image off the internet. And so if you're just using it for your personal use, it's fine, but it is stealing. So that person that they had actually created them a highlight that charged them, it's actually pretty legit. So I do think maybe 20 might be a bit much for each highlight, and let me explain to you why. So I would say charging $25 for the first highlight, and maybe like $5 to $10 for every highlight after that is probably better. Because if this designer is a legit designer, they're what do you call it, reputable designer, they're going to be making your highlights from scratch, which means that nobody else is going to have them. It's like you getting a logo. You don't go just buy a generic logo off the internet. You pay somebody to make you a custom logo. And so what they're doing is making you custom highlights. So they're going in and they're building it from scratch. Like the background, do you want like marble metallic for the background? What type of icons do you want? It's very specific and it's very unique. So charging $25 for the first one, because that one is the hardest, because that's when you got to decide color, texture, branding, font, if you want them to have letters. That's the hardest one, that takes the most time. But after you get the layout, after you get the background and the template, making the little teeny icons afterwards is not really that hard. So I'm going to show you guys how to make one from scratch today, but I'm also going to show you guys who maybe are not designers, you don't have Illustrator, or maybe you do. I'm going to show you how to just make a basic icon also. We just pull it off the internet, because it's not that big a deal unless you're like trying to sell it or something. And I doubt anyone would really care. So those are the two ways. I just wanted to put that out there in case you think somebody's trying to like scam you if they charge you for a highlight. No, if they're a designer, they're actually going in and they're spending like hours to make your design and make it unique to what you want, the colors you want in your brand. So, you know, pay people for their work. But if you don't want to, if you don't got no money, that's fine. I'm gonna show you how you can work with no money and make you a very nice highlight. So enough rambling, time to get on the computer. I'm going to start with Illustrator with the basic way that everyone can make a highlight. If you have Illustrator, I will also show you one for Canva. With Canva, you are going to need to find a PNG with a transparent background though, unless you have a background remover for the icon. That's the very important point. But we'll get there. We'll get to that later, okay? All right. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have my artboard up on Illustrator. For some reason, the game bar wouldn't let me record the main page and show you how to open this up. But all you have to do is click, I think it says new file or create file, and pick your size. I usually work with a square. It doesn't matter. This is a 9" by 9". It really doesn't matter what size, honestly, because it's vectors. So I just like to work with a square. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually go to the internet, and I'm just going to pick a random icon. Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. So I'm just going to pick a random icon. Let's see, what can I do? Highlights usually are like travel. I don't know, what else do they have? Like selfies or whatever. I think I'll pick like a selfie one, like a camera or something. A basic icon, it doesn't really matter. And so we'll come back to this board in a minute. Okay, so time to go to the internet. So I'm going to look up camera icon graphic. Oh, we probably could say vector. That'd be better. So go to images. I want to find one that I really like. So what you're going to look for here, you don't want the watermark in the background. Could get rid of the watermark, but that's just a lot of extra work, and this is supposed to be for someone who doesn't really know how to do all that extra or want to do all that extra, you know. So let's just find a cute camera. I really don't like any of these. They're like super basic. I like this one, but I got a lot going on. This one's cool. I like this one. I kind of like that one. Oh, that's kind of cool. Y'all ever like look at a word or a picture so much it starts to like not look like that thing anymore, or like lose its meaning? That's kind of how I feel looking at all these cameras. Okay, it's not supposed to take this long, guys. I'm kind of like a perfectionist, so let's just go with this one. So we're gonna save this picture. I don't know if it's gonna let you see my gallery, the game bar, the recording is kind of weird, but I'm gonna save it. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, right click, save image as. Great, it's gonna give it to me as a PNG. Oh, a Canon. Okay. Boom, there we go. I saved it. This is the picture I'm going to use. I do not think it's going to give it to me transparent background. If it does, that's perfect. So here's the thing. Let's see. This is the picture. I accidentally clicked it and it sent me to the website here, which is kind of what you want sometimes. You got to be careful about the ads, man. Sometimes they'll let you just download it for free. Sometimes they'll let you download it for free. You got to be careful though. But if they let you download the PNG transparent background for free, go ahead and get it, because you will need it for Canva. So let's see if they'll let me get it for free. So I downloaded 2 of these. Okay, one is going to be for Canva, which we're going to do later. Alright, but for now I'm going to show you what happens when you have a white background. I hope they gave it to me in a white background. Okay, so back to our artboard. Okay, so this will be kind of like a mini tutorial for Illustrator. I don't think there can ever be any real comprehensive tutorial for Adobe Illustrator. Honestly, the best way to learn is, I think, project-based is how I learned. I did go to University of Southern California, and they taught it to us project-based. So you get a project and you use a certain set of tools to complete that project, and you just learn that way. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So you want to go to File, and I never knew how to put an image in Illustrator for the longest time. But what you do is you go to Place. It sounds weird, but that's how you do it. You click Place. It probably won't show you my File Explorer, thankfully. But I'm going to place the image, right? Okay. Well, that's not fun. It gave this to me with this little stripe background. It is kind of transparent. It's transparent everywhere else except for this stripe background. So let's see what we can do with this. What I like to do is go to my rectangle right here. I forget what this little bar is called. I forgot. I think it's my toolbar or something. And I do a rectangle here. It's a white rectangle. That's not what we want. So here is a white rectangle, and this little square here is the stroke on the outside, and it's black. So what I like to do is just swap it, and sometimes I take off the white border because it's not necessary. Now we have a black background. So why did I do that? Because let me move this out the way. At least I thought I could move it out the way. Okay, so my recording bar is like in the way for whatever reason. But this right here is my layers panel. I'm gonna go here, my drop down. So as you can see, this little rectangle here with this little blue square, this highlighted blue square means that I have my rectangle, this black square, selected. I'm gonna move this to be underneath my picture. Oh, black was probably a dumb color. Okay, didn't think about that. So let's just pick a random color. Pink. I hate pink, but okay, it's fine. So I did that so that we could see, right? Because if it's just a white background, sometimes you can't really see. So I put that underneath, and I did that with my layers panel. So now I'm gonna go up here. Well, I'm just gonna unclick it, actually. It's weird. If you click anywhere with it still on the square setting, it'll try to make another square. You have to go up here, click this arrow that's outlined. This arrow, it's your selection arrow. And so basically what I'm going to do is click my little camera. Now here's the part where we have to see what's going to work. So I want to do an image trace. That's usually how I do it. I usually do silhouettes, right? This, I never really did anything with the lines in the background. So we're going to see how this is going to work. I might have to do black and white. But let's see what silhouette does. Okay, perfect. Absolutely 100% perfect. That's exactly what I want to happen. I want to get rid of all of that extraness in the background and it just give me a transparent image. That's what I wanted. This is actually kind of perfect. Let's say you're somebody who likes pink. You could just save this right here as a JPEG or a PNG without a transparent background and call it a day. But let's say, no, I don't like this background. Let's say I want something cuter as a background. Like maybe you want marble, like a marble or a metallic background or something. Maybe you want leaves in the background. So that's when we go back to Google. Okay, so we're back to Google here. Let's look up marble background. So there actually are a few places you can get really nice backgrounds. So I'm trying to think. I usually like to go to Unsplash. They're free, right? You can go to free pick, or you can just go to basic Google. Let's see, marble background, pink. Girls like pink. I don't really like pink, but that's fine. You could choose from like these. This is nice. Okay, that has a thingy, a watermark, so we're not gonna do that. You can go with that. That's cute, right? Maybe you want something more subtle. No watermark. I like that. That's cool, right? Let's just get that. Save image. So hopefully it'll be big. This is cute, right? Okay. Let's try this one. This is fun. You want to get different backgrounds just so you can try different things. So let's see what they got here at free pick, right? Let's try a different color. So these places are limited. That's cute though. This one. This is cute. Let's just get this one to try. So, free download. Okay. Oof. Dang. How did it give it to me? I'm not sure if it gave it to me the picture or... Okay, it's a zip file. That's fine. You just have to unzip it. I think that means they gave it to you like in different formats like EPS or straight off Illustrator or PNG, JPEG, whatever. But that's fine. FreePic does that because it's vectors. Unsplash should give it to you as a picture. So let's see. Let's see. Go with purple background. Because these are limited, I mean, because these are free, your options are going to be limited. They're not going to give you like the most beautiful background you've ever seen for free, you know. This is cute though. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. Okay. So I think we got enough backgrounds. You can spend as much time as you want trying to find the perfect background. We're not about to do that here. Alright. Back to Illustrator. Okay, so this is what I should have did when I first made it, but it's fine because we're going to do it now. This white box that I'm designing on is called my artboard, right? So it's right here. I think it's in properties, edit artboard. I should have done multiple artboards, so I'm gonna do more. Okay. This here, I'm going to try to make this a vector. If it doesn't look right, I'm just gonna undo it. So to do that, I'm gonna go to expand. So this is gonna make it a vector. It's gonna make it an object with a fill and a stroke, right? That's what this means. That's what I just did. Now let's see. Oops. Moving over here. It still looks good. Okay. Now the reason I did that is because we're gonna need to copy and paste, and we're gonna need to export it eventually. So making it into a vector versus an image allows you to reshape it without it losing its quality. And that's what you want. So let's copy and paste this. Control C. And I'm gonna just do this over here. I'm gonna put it on this artboard here, and over here on this artboard. Why can I not speak English? Okay, so I got my 3 cameras. You can do more artboards if you want. I'm gonna just do 3. So I'm gonna click all of them. I'm gonna press shift. I'm gonna hold shift and oops, click all of them, because what needs to happen is they need to be smaller. I think that's a good size. And I'm gonna move it over. Because remember, this is supposed to be a highlight. So you're gonna have to put the circle around it on Instagram. So you need your little icon to kind of be small in the middle. So let's take this pink off. We don't need it. And like I said, the way you insert a picture, you go to File and you go to Place. Okay, so as you can see, I placed the marble photo that I got from Google. This is the thing about Google. It's a hit or miss. You see, I could blow this up. I could pull it and make it big, but it loses its quality. So I'm not even gonna waste my time with that. Right? So go back to place. This is why you get a multiple backgrounds that you like. Okay, so this one's really big. So the quality is you can see like the little vector or the pixel lines here. That's the good thing about a vector. A vector won't look like that. But because this is way bigger than we need, if we size down, it becomes less noticeable and it can actually work. So let's make it reach past our artboard. And again, because we placed this on top of the camera after the camera's on top, right? So let's just move it all the way down to the bottom, down here. Now I personally don't like this. Of course the black is ugly. So let's change this to a different color. And because we made it a vector, we can do that. You can't do that. You could do it as a picture, but it's just better as a vector. So let's try a hot pink, fuchsia type color and see how it looks. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I've never been able to figure out why that happens. See, I'm not an expert, guys. I would say I'm about intermediate, but I've never been able to figure out why that happens. Why the coloration is always off. Well, not always, but in this case. Now let's see. Oops. Let's try to expand it again. I don't know why that happens. Let's see. We can make it white. So white works. I really like this color. I don't think it looks good on top of this background though. Personally. I think it would need to be a metallic color, which we can do with the gradient. So let's try that. This is kind of in the way. So what I did here, I clicked this little circle, alright, and now I'm gonna click color picker, and I'm gonna click this color. I'm gonna see how my little arrow has a plus sign next to it. I'm gonna do another one, and so I'm gonna do my picker again, and I'm gonna do this gray color. And now for this black one, I'm gonna click the black circle, picker, and I'm gonna do this brown color. And so now I can make my gradient go sideways. I can make it go across, straight, horizontally, or like that. And I can, oh, didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I don't know why I have to. I don't like that. Alright, so let's just do it like that. So these diamonds control how much brown, how much gray, how much pink. I do want a strong amount of pink. Strong amount of brown. I feel like this gray is not gray enough. Okay, so let's see how it looks. I don't like that. So let's try to put an outline on it. Let's see if an outline will help. Now I want the outline to be brown. Oof. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. For my outline. Let's see if it looks better. I don't think so. I don't really think that looks good. We can presentation mode it so we can see. I don't think it looks good. So honestly, I'm not gonna waste time with it. I'm gonna get rid of this background. I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's too many colors and they're too bold. So go back to place. I'm gonna pick a different background. Okay, so this picture is huge. So what I'm gonna do is go to properties. My game bar is like in the way. This is properties. I'm going to, this means that the width and height are linked. They're always going to be proportional to each other because this is a rectangle, not a square. So what I'm going to do is change one of these values and, oh wait, no, I'm going to change one of these values. And it's going to match. So I'll change the width to 9. Okay? This is the issue. When you do that with a really big picture, it gets lost. So you have to minimize and click this. Click Alt, hold Alt, and you'll see that that plus becomes a minus. Click. There it is, down here. Okay. So let's hold this and let's change this color. Let's go to white. Let's try white. And let's change this brown color to, let's see, make a light purple. I don't think that looks good at all. I think that it needs to be softer. Let's try something. I'm just so extra, it's hard for me not to, like, be extra. But you don't have to do all of this. You could just go with the basic background. Okay. You want to make sure your preview is on. So you see how blurry it gets? Let's try that. Let's see how it looks. Oop, not good. So you want to go back to your properties now. You don't want to put another blur on top. Your Gaussian blur is here. So you want to bring it down to 2. So let's try it. It's okay. We can bring it down a little bit more. Let's try it. I think that that looks better. It's softer. I think we can make the white a little bit more like a grayish color, like an off-white. That's fine for now. Let's just do that, right? And so now what we're gonna do, hold this down, go to ellipses tool. This is always what I do because I like borders on my highlights. So you're gonna hold shift to make it a perfect circle. You're gonna click and drag. Oh, that was way too big. Control Z, hold shift, click and drag. Perfect. Here to your color, swap them. All you gotta do, go back over here to your properties to the right, stroke. Right, stroke is what's gonna control the outline. Make it bigger. You can make it pretty thick. You're gonna want to make it kind of thick. This probably needs to. So sometimes you don't, when you decide on your background, you want to lock it. So you can lock it here in layers. Here with this, and then you won't be able to click it anymore. Or you click it, go up here to Object, Lock, Selection. Okay. That's what you want to lock. Now this, you want it to be completely centered with this. It's going to take you a little while to learn these, but you go to Properties. I still haven't completely learned it. And I think it's this one, Horizontal Alignment. It was already kind of horizontally aligned. And Vertical. You see how it moved? Now it's perfectly aligned, right? And now you can drag both of them because they're both selected up a little bit on your artboard. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Click. Boom. There's your little highlight. Let's see what it looks like. Presentation mode. It's not 100% centered on this square. That's fine. What you want to do, select both, Make it a little bit smaller. Put it at the center. As close to the center as you can get. It's a vector, so when you save it, it'll be fine. But we're just going to go with this. This is fine. Or maybe we should have did a soft pink. See, this is the problem when I start designing stuff. Because I want to make sure it's perfect, and it don't need to be perfect. I don't like it. Okay. That's all we need to do. I don't really like this in general, but it's fine. I'll be sitting here for like 3 hours. This is why I said when you get a good designer who wants to make it perfect, it takes a lot of like trying different things and putting things together. But this is just, you know, to show you what to do. So I'm going to try not to do the most. So what you do, you go to File, you go to Export. You can export as, you can do any of these really. I always do Save for Web. I do Art Optimize. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. I just keep it here. Okay. And then you click Save. Then you save it, right? I'm not going to save it because I don't want to keep this. And then I don't think I really need to show you how to take the image from your computer and send it to your phone. And I don't think I need to show you how to put this image as a highlight. I think you guys know how to do that. So yeah, you would just, and that I always like to have the circular border to help line up the highlight so it's perfectly centered. That's why I do that. You don't have